My name is Joe Cimino. I'm fire chief for the Goodyear Hose Company in Gelton, Pennsylvania. And I've been involved in Red Suspender Weekend from its beginning. And this is our 30th event, and it's been growing every year. Red Suspender Weekend got started, actually, the name of it, through a poster contest that we put out to the school kids. And we wanted to name the weekend. We wanted our festival weekend to be named. So we took it to the school, and it was a contest between all the grades. And we had some judges from the fire company to pick out the name. And one student that got it had the poster of Red Suspender Weekend. So that's how it got its name. And Red Suspender Weekend is our main fundraiser for the year.
I'm John Tubbs. I'm involved with the Gelton Area Chamber of Commerce, and I am parade chairman for the Independence Day Parade. And I've been doing this since about 2003. And we start fairly early with having the registration forms and letting people know that there are trophy awards. We give trophies for the regular parade and trophies for the emergency vehicles. And we have 3 parade demonstration areas and a judges demonstration area where the people are judging to award the trophies. Basically, we have 3 judges for the parade, and they're different each year. People from the community, maybe different organizations, have 3 individuals. And then there are 2 people from the fire company, from Goodyear Hose, that judge all the fire equipment. And Gib Roof is he's the MC. He does a great job with that.
Hey, here's some more trucks from the Keitlinger Motor Company right over there in Coudersport, Pennsylvania. Chevy Sierra, beautiful looking truck, Tubby.
And we do our best to keep the order, just to ensure trophy consideration and that your name is announced properly from the judges station. We ask for you to register just a tad early.
You know, I was supposed to announce you guys, but when he come up without the paperwork, I said, Tubby, I want nothing to do with Hitmen without reading nothing.
His name is Mr. Tubbs.
Thank you.
He pays us in cash, Mr. Tubbs.
The parade has grown with music over the years, but the Gelton High School is always there for us. And we have, through a contact that we had a high school band that we started off with. That was the first paid band that we had since I've been chairing the parade. And then we evolved over time. We actually did a raffle to raise money to have more music in the parade. And this will be year 3. We have had the Hitmen Brass Band performing in the parade, and this will be the 2nd year that we've had a bagpipe band. We have a separate category for the fire equipment, from rescue, ambulance. Some companies have antique pieces that they'll bring with them and display them in the parade. With several classes, we welcome floats, antique vehicles, collector vehicles, any horse entries. Everybody likes to see the animals. There's a pet parade that actually is a separate entry within the parade, so to speak. It's a second chance animal sanctuary benefit.
The Pet Parade is sponsored by the Gelton Foodland, and also it is a benefit for Second Chance Animal Sanctuaries. And please be advised, they have pets for adoption, a very active organization in this area.
The trophies are awarded at 1 o'clock in the park at the Red Suspender activities. And the judges' forms are all compiled, tabulated, and then determine who wins the trophies. We've been fortunate for about 10 years that we have somebody that has donated the trophies for us. That makes it, of course, a lot easier for us. But we have a best of parade, a runner-up, and 3 judges' choices and 2 honorable mentions for the parade.
May we present to you the 2014 Galton's Laurel Festival candidate, Casey Lane.
It's grown over the years, though I'm proud to say, for the chamber, and we, people line their chairs along Germania Street and West Street, of course. And the bridge is lined at Bridge Street with people anticipating the parade.
My name is Vince Bowen, and I take care of the vendors. And we set up the Battle of the Boat and Battle of the Barrel, and they're run by the fire company, and we have people that were fire members that keep coming back that run that for us. It's just a long process. We start pretty much right after the weekend's over, getting ready for the next year.
My name's Shane Prouty. I am down here at Red Suspender Weekend. Great annual tradition in Gailton, Pennsylvania. So getting ready to set up for the water battles. Been doing this, I've been running the show here myself with the help of some friends, and for about 5 years. Previous to that, it was some previous members running it. I'm still using the traditional barrel on the wire, and then we have a sink the boat competition as well. We have 4 or 5 companies typically here, each putting together 2 or 3 teams themselves. So it's just something that lasts about 4 or 5 hours in the afternoon, and we just have some good fun and get wet.
Name's Justin Hillier with the Renova Fire Department. We've been coming out here to these games for a long time, something we look forward to every year. We got a small volunteer department back in the hometown of Renova, north central Pennsylvania. We got a whole lot of people that put heart and soul into what we do every day, and once in a while we like to come out times like today and have some fun. We originated Snake Hunt Weekend in Cross Fork, PA, when they had their fire games there, and again, that was something we all look forward to. They stopped theirs here a few years back. Gailton keeps theirs going on, and so that gives us something to look forward to every year.
I'm Dan Nelman with the Tioga Fire Department here at Gailton with the water ball. I've been doing it about 3 years. It's a blast. Tioga is just a small hometown in Tioga County, Pennsylvania. We got about 6 or 7 different apparatus, run approximately 100 calls a year. I encourage everybody to join your volunteer fire department.
My name's John Taylor with Tri-Town Volunteer Fire Department in Ulysses, Pennsylvania. I've been in the fire service for 25 years now. We're out here enjoying the sunny day in Gailton, Pennsylvania for the Red Suspender Weekend. I've been coming here for, probably about 20 years now. I used to be I'm a life member with Rowlett Volunteer Fire Department, and we've been over here doing this ever since they started it. Stop by Ulysses Firehouse sometime. We have excellent fish fries all winter long.
My name is Dana Smith. I'm Assistant Chief at Station 37, Oklahoma. It's Sandy Township, Pennsylvania. And I'm with my buddy here, Matt. I'll not steal his thunder, let him tell you about him in a little bit. But we've been coming up probably 10 years now, been involved in a game 7 or 8 years. We stay at Lyman Run State Park, have the whole loop between us. We're about 25 people up today, about 14 firefighters. And good time. They do a real nice job up here. We're just feeling good that we're asked to come up and share with them. So.
My name's Matt Lasher. I run with Sabula, Station 39 in Sandy Township, Du Bois, Pennsylvania. I've been a member for about a year, a little over a year, and just enjoy being here. It's a fun event.
My name's Jason Clark. We're from Quarry Hose Fire Department, Westfield, Pennsylvania. This is our first year. We've played in Knoxville previous years. We're just a small volunteer fire department. Probably have about 40 members. I'm new to the department. I've been in about a year. Looks fun. It's going to be exciting.
My name's Andrew Masensky. I'm the chairman of the Gelton Fireworks Committee. The Gelton Fireworks have been going on now since 1964, so 50 years. I've been involved with it for 9 years. I've been in charge for 5 years now as a chairman. And when I first started getting involved, all I was just a shooter, which means I just was just a person who just shot the shells and see go up in the air. I wasn't in charge of getting it organized, anything like that. I was just, just kind of a grunt man, just helping set up. But then when the guy retired, about 6 years ago, I stepped up and took charge, and this is where we're at today. I learned anytime you shoot a firework, you got to be safety comes first. You got to make sure it's safety. We have to go to training. You have to be certified by the ATF. I have to go to classes. I have to keep up my certification. There's always newsletters coming out which we have to keep updated on. Safety comes first down there. That's the main thing. Got 18 guys that help me do it, all volunteers. What we do is I know exactly how many shells we need for our racks, so I know exactly what sizes each. We go from 2.5 inch to 6 inch, so I know exactly what size and how many racks we have, so I know how many we need of each. We shoot 40 cakes. If a lot of people don't know what a cake is, it's just like a box, but it's got fireworks in it. They're probably 2.5 inch shells that come out of it. And there's from 600 shot to 25 shot. So I just get some, I go by the time on them because we want the whole thing to last 28 minutes. So the cakes, while the guys are lighting the hand shells, me or somebody else is pushing them. They're all electronically fired, the cakes. We're filling in with that while that stuff's going off in case somebody's a little bit slower. So I time them for 28 minutes. And same with the raft. If something looks slow, I hit something out there and then people are looking there. And once that's all done, once all the hand shells and all the cakes are shot, we have we call a pre-finale, which we start out real slow with, just some finale cakes that go real slow, real slow, real slow. Then we go up to 2.5 inch stuff. We have like 100 of them. Then we have 430 some 3 inch shells that go off. Then we have like 144 4 inch shells. Then we have like 5 big shells at the end, or 5 inch that go up and really bang. And that's what our signature is at the end. When you hear them big bangs at the end, you know it's done. I think the reason the layout looks so good with the fireworks is because we're around the lake. We shoot off the one end of the lake up over the lake, and I think the reflection from the water and the noise from the valleys and the mountains are around there just with the bang. And I mean, it's just, I don't think it's like you're right in a fishbowl. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I've been to Disney World and every place, and I still say this is still the best ones I've ever seen, just because of the atmosphere and the way it's laid out. I think the crowds have grown over the last few years. It's one of the best shows on the East Coast, they're saying, and I mean, we take pride in that down there because this was one weekend that we do a lot of people come here and that's all they talk about. So that's why I think it's growing each year.
Don't just take another hectic vacation this year. The Gailton Area Chamber of Commerce invites you to come to Gailton in Potter County and be refreshed. There is no noise, no traffic, no lines, no hassle. Just plenty of open spaces, beautiful mountains and valleys to hunt or hike, peaceful streams to fish or raft, unique shops to browse, irresistible eateries to be recharged in, comfortable lodging to rest in, and so much more. For more information, our list of members, and upcoming events, go to visitgailton.com.
At Penn Oak Realty, we stand by the quality of our customer service. Licensed to sell and list in Pennsylvania, our full-time agents specialize in residential, investment, multifamily, commercial, subdivisions, land, and farm sales. As members of the National Association of Realtors and Pennsylvania Association of Realtors, our experience and quality of service is unmatched. Penn Oak Realty, ordinary people providing extraordinary service. Call 570-724-8000.
You need a network that believes all of its customers are important, no matter where they are. You deserve a network that provides exceptional customer care. You want a network that is committed to growth and development. You expect your network to travel with you, a network 106,000 sites strong and counting. Commitment, integrity, longevity. This is the Indigo Network. This should be your network.
At Patterson Farms, we take pride in producing the finest quality maple syrup, cream, candy, and sugar, providing the pure taste of nature's sweetness. For 3 generations, the Patterson family has been producing maple syrup. And although the technology has changed, one thing remains the same: the TLC that goes into every one of our products, along with a lot of pride. As the largest maple producer in Pennsylvania, our products are available in our store and online. Patterson Farms maple products. Quality never tasted so sweet.
The Canton Area Chamber of Commerce and Rekindle the Spirit invite you to their 5th annual Canton Wine and Cheese Festival, Saturday, June 28th, 11 to 5 at the Manly Beaulair Farm. Enjoy a variety of food, crafts, and of course 10 different wineries for your tasting pleasure, plus entertainment by Acoustic Pawn Shop, Crossroads, and so much more. Advanced discount tickets are available at these fine locations for just $12, $5 for designated drivers and those under 21. For information, visit cantonwineandcheese.com or call 570-364-2600.
Hi, my name is Kent Greenman. We're down here at the Countersport at the Pennsylvania Lumber Museum. What we have here is we have 2 steam engines. We have a large steam engine that's running the main saw up in the top, and another engine in the far distance that's running the edger and the cutoff saw. In addition to running the head saw, this large engine runs the sawdust conveyor in the back. You can see up there along the side, sawdust comes down when he's cutting, and up and then out and then into the trailer back here. Also, this engine is running the cable that draws the logs out of the pond prior to being cut. Both engines run on steam. The steam is coming from a oil-fired boiler next door. The original boiler would have been wood-fired. Steam comes into each engine right here, is used, and then anything that's not used is exhausted out into the pond.
I'm Robert Miller, president of the Pennsylvania Lumber Museum Associates, known as PALMA. We're a group of volunteers who raise money and help with projects here at the museum. We hold a bark peelers convention here at the Lumber Museum every 4th of July weekend. This is the 40th year. It's been going on for 40 years. I chair the event. It's our main project for raising money for the year. The event consists of having a bunch of vendors which sell crafts. We have a chainsaw wood carver. We have amateur competitions which include horseshoe pitching, and we have log rolling, grease pole contest, crosscut saw competition, and a burling contest which takes place here in the pond at the sawmill. We do have a frog jumping contest, and we have a kids corner that we just put in 2 years ago for activities for the kids.
For all you folks out there in TV land, this job is available. Just send your cards and letters to the Pennsylvania Lumber Museum. Thank you very much. That's official frog carrier approved by Dale Earnhardt Jr. He taught me a lot of things about frogs. Dale started on frogs. You'll get a frog. One person will be in lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, lane 4. And then they're going to be jumping around in there like crazy because they want to go. Now remember what I said when you let them out. What did I tell you about how you handle your frog? You can't hit the frog. It's not to torture the frog. Now count down from 3 to 1 and we're going. 3, 2. Only me. We'll start at 3 again. 3, 2, 1, get them out of there! Come on! You gotta come back in here! You gotta come in here! Whoa! Oh, no! Come together! Yeah!
I'm Tricia Berberick. I'm the records manager for the museum. I have been here almost 20 years, part-time and full-time. We're standing in front of the CCC cabin that we're very proud to have. CCC program started in the 30s, was part of the New Deal through President Roosevelt, and it gave men their jobs and self-esteem back. In 1992, this CCC cabin came to the Lumber Museum. It was going to be torn down, and we were very lucky to be able to save it. The men did build a number of cabins, and some have deteriorated and have fallen apart, but this one was still substantial enough for us to be able to save not only the cabin, but the history that belongs to it. This is a Brookville switch engine. It was used in tanneries to either move the hides or the bark of a hemlock tree from one end of the tannery to the other. It is the acidic value of the bark of a hemlock tree that made the leather soft. So the longer it soaked in the bark of a hemlock tree, the softer it was.
This is the Barnhart log loader that was restored. It's the only one in existence that has been restored. This would have been on a flat car with tracks on it that they loaded logs on, and there may have been 8 or 10 in a row. They would have used this to load the logs onto a car that was behind it. Once that car was loaded, it would have moved forward onto the next car and continued the process until the train was totally loaded.
My name is Ken McCauley. I've built a Barnhart log loader to represent how the logs were loaded back in the 1880s. They would take and load the last car of the train, put the logs on there, and then they would take and move off of that car and push back and load the next car. And they would continue to do that all the way back through to the end of the train.
I'm Dave Garrison from Mansfield, Pennsylvania, and we have about a 2/3 built Shea locomotive here that I've been working on for many years. It started out when my children were in daycare, and now one's in college and the other 2 are in high school. So sometime, hopefully in the next few years, we'll have this thing finished and running. Many years ago, the fellow that designed this was a logger, and in Upper Michigan. His name was Ephraim Shea, and Ephraim Shea was mostly a logger, and after a couple of years of no snow, he was spending a fortune skidding the logs out because he required about twice as many animal teams, to skid through the mud as he would on snow. So he got a little locomotive, and he had wooden rail just like this, and he found that the wooden rail got pounded by the side rods and the imbalance of the wheels. But he noticed that the log cars, which weighed more than the locomotive, didn't seem to do as much damage. So he thought, well, let's put an engine on a log car. And people ridiculed him for it till they saw that it actually worked, and then they ordered some. And not being a real manufacturer, he patented the thing in many respects, and then he sold it to the Lima Locomotive Works, who he thought was about the best machine shop in the East.
Run full-time. That's what Steve does full-time, is he's a horse logger with Bear Hill Horse Logging. And so the horses enjoy their job, they know that they're doing a good job, and they just really like to be out there doing something. Jack especially, he likes to be out there. He gets sad when he has to stay home with Mom.
My name's Steve Perrine, this is my wife Susie. And this is Friday and Jack back here. They're 2 of 4 logging horses we have, and we log for a living with them. Bear Hill Horse Logging is what we go by. We're from Clearfield County, Pennsylvania, and we've worked from West Virginia, up through Pennsylvania to the New York line, a little bit in southwestern New York. And we're here at the Lumber Museum. This is at least the 4th year we've done the festival at the Lumber Museum here, the Bark Peelers. And the Lumber Museum itself means a lot to us, and it's a good festival. And we do log skidding demos here, as well as skid logs around the grounds through the weekend.
Now, people probably want to know why we skid with horses instead of use mechanical loggers and machinery, and I guess that would be mostly because of the lower environmental impact that the horses have. You can hardly tell that a horse has been through a trail in the woods. You don't need to poke as large of a trail in order to get a team of horses in the log arch, which is behind the horses here, through the woods. So it's just a lot more environmentally friendly. You can do a more selective cut, and then what happens is you end up having your undergrowth actually being able to come back, and the younger trees get more light when you take out the older, over mature trees from the canopy. So it's really all about, taking care of the environment, but also doing this more of an old-fashioned way. So it takes a little bit longer to get out than a mechanical skidder, but sometimes the result is a lot better for your woodlot.
How I got started in this business was, people ask all the time. I grew up around Arabian horses, as well as Susie. We both grew up with riding horses. And ever since I laid eyes on a Belgian, a heavy workhorse, for the first time when I was a little guy, I was hooked. And I grew up in lumber country. Friends of the family, everyone logged. I just live for the woods, always have, and it just kind of snowballed. So the restorative aspect, like Susie said, of cutting and skidding timber with horses is very large to me. We do a lot of restorative cuts where the landowner wants to restore their timber stand, and they'll always have good timber there if it's managed properly. It's always about management, and when you're trying to be that selective with a team of horses, you can save so much young growth, as well as your undergrowth. Your root ends you're running over, everything recovers so much faster. But yeah, we've been in it for 12 to 15 years. I've been in business for myself, doing this with the horses, and I've cut timber since I was young, like 20. I've cut timber on and off.
Stop. Stop.
People ask us about our horses. Friday and Jack, and our mare Cheyenne at home, and our other black gelding Cy at home. They're all Percheron, and that is a breed of a draft horse. They're a French breed. They originate in the Isle of La Perche. They're either black or gray. Our mare is gray, and we have the 3 black boys and the gray mare. And they are similar in build to, I tell people if they're familiar with the Belgians, they see farming, they're similar in build to a Belgian, but they're their own breed. They're a different type of breed. They'll have a little more zip to work in the woods, and if they're focused, I really like that. I like that in them.
I'm Dave Cass here. I'm here with Allegheny Mountain Associations and Engines here in Potter County. I got some Lawson engines here that I'm running and demonstrating here at the show today. We got a Lawson here that's a 2.5 power engine. And this Lawson is a 3 horsepower engine that they used back in the day for oil and rig industry for pumping an oil jack all day long, and it runs off of steam and gasoline on the conversion. Or you can use these engines also for the sawmill that stands over here behind me. There's a lot of old antique engines that we demonstrate for different horsepowers that are used for different work and etc. These also have a boiler system with water, and the oiler that oils all of the piston and the engine, that way it keeps everything lubed. This was before the time of a spark plug.
My name's Sam Cook, and I retired from the Bureau of Forestry a few years ago as a forester, and had an interest in birch stills. I come across these stone arches, they're called, where you lay up stone around them. It goes back in about 12 feet, and they're 3 or 4 foot high. You always found them along a creek side or something. Never knew what they were and investigated, and discovered they were part of a birch still. That was they were always by a creek because you need flowing water to cool the steam. It's essentially it's just a still. All stills operate the same. They you have a product that's in a substance, whether it be alcohol or birch oil, and in our case the oil is in up here the birch twigs, and we're trying to get that oil out of there, so you steam it in a still. We fill the thing up, put a fire under it. There's about a foot of water in the bottom of this still. The still itself is 6 by 6 by 6, so it holds a fair amount of twigs. We bundle the twigs, put them in, and about a foot of water, put the fire to it, and about 12 hours later, the steam comes out the top, as in a still, goes into a set of coils in a cooling vat, right back here, the cooling vat. Water's always running, that's why it's by a creek. There's water running in there all the time, just by gravity. And as it comes out, it's probably 99% water, 1%, probably less than 1% oil. That oil being not like motor oil, it's heavy. It's heavier than water, so it sinks to the bottom of the jar that we're running the condensation through, and that separates the water from the oil. There are really essentially no more birch stills because it's so labor intensive, and they can make it chemically. It's much cheaper to do it that way. So it's interesting to me. I enjoy doing it at Bark Peelers Convention, and it's a perfect spot to do it. So if you got a chance, come on out and see it. It's here.
Good food and good people is what you'll find at the Oxyoke Inn, where you can enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner with a large selection, from burgers to prime rib and seafood, homemade soups, salad bar, and daily specials.
Relax with friends in our full-service bar, where you'll always find a smile. Then plan your next group event in the banquet room, complete with big screen TV and pool table. For out-of-town guests, we have a variety of comfortable rooms available in our motel.
We invite your family and friends to dine with ours at the Oxyoke Inn, Route 6 in Gailton.
Eye exams, glasses, contacts, prescription sunglasses, even nutrients for your eye health. Strohecker Vision Care's 2 modern offices in Mansfield and Elkland offer a full range of products and services. Choose from nearly 1,000 frames in the latest designer styles and colors, from eye exams for your entire family to specialized services like low vision. Count on Strohecker Vision Care. On the web at stroheckervision.com.
It's time for the 25th Annual Pennsylvania Apple and Cheese Festival, Saturday and Sunday, October 4th and 5th. Enjoy over 100 craft vendors, 40 food vendors, and free entertainment each day. Plus the Fine Arts Photography Show, demonstrations in the Historic Village, and a children's area with games and clowns. Admission is just $5 for adults, $3 for teens, and kids under 12 are free. That's the 25th Annual Apple and Cheese Festival, held at the Manly Belair Farm in Canton. For more information, check out their website at paapplecheese.com.
In 1905, Roy and Fanny Dunham rode into Wellsboro and bought a half interest in a small store that grew and grew and grew. Over 10 decades later, Dunham's department store is still the place to go for the hottest brand name fashions, home furnishings, and friendly personalized service. Family owned and operated for 4 generations, over 100 years of service to the Twin Tiers. Now that's something.
There's something about Dunham's.
For an innovative shopping experience, Heart's Desire offers a unique selection of new, vintage, and locally made items. Heart's Desire is proud to display a wide variety of local vendor gift ideas and home decor, including hand-poured Primitives candles, a Heart's Desire signature product available in more than 50 super-scented fragrances. For quality products and affordable pricing, along with lots of one-of-a-kind gifts and collectibles, stop by Heart's Desire, open 10 to 5 Tuesday through Saturday and noon to 3 on Sunday at 27 West Main Street in Gailton. Welcome to the Sherwood Motel. Conveniently located in downtown Wellsboro, we offer a variety in 42 spacious rooms with accommodations to please any traveler. Choose from a number of bed options. Select a room with a large whirlpool tub or relax in one of our 2-bedroom suites suitable for the entire family. We have exceptional accommodations to enhance your stay and a large heated pool to enjoy after a day of activities. For a business or vacation, you'll find just what you need when you stay at the Sherwood Motel. Visit our website or call 800-626-5802.
My name is Jeff Bleemeister. I'm the site administrator here at the Pennsylvania Lumber Museum. I've been here for about 2 years, and I was brought on board to help oversee this construction project, which is coming into its final stages right now. Been in museums for about 30 years, several different kinds, love all of them, love history in general, and really happy to be a part of this organization up here because lumber history and the lumber industry played such a vital role in this area's history, and it's good to have a place like this to commemorate it. I'm happy to be a part of it. There actually was a lumber camp here back behind the building, probably half a mile to a mile back. It wasn't a very big one. They were transient, so there wasn't much left of it. They would come clear the land and move. But this area was real big in the logging industry, so it was an ideal spot to create this museum. The Pennsylvania Historical Museum Commission, the PHMC, started work on this back in the mid-60s and actually broke ground and constructed this building. I think we opened up about 1970 with our dedication, 70, 71. We've been here about 40-some, 50 years now. You're looking at the exterior of our new visitor center. We have a complete recreated lumbering camp here that dates to about 1900 or so. It has everything that a lumber camp would have had in Pennsylvania at that time. The visitor center is a brand new building, and we're going to use that to interpret the history of land use here in Pennsylvania, starting with the Native American period, going all the way up to the present. We're going to focus on all the aspects of the lumber industry and the history, different eras when different kinds of trees were cut here. There were several different epochs or periods where one timber was more valuable than the other, so all that would be cleared, and then they would move on to another one. So we're going to cover that whole history. We're also going to cover some of the modern land use, state parks and forests, fish and game, wildlife, that kind of thing, as well as the Marcellus shale and the gas and oil, some of the other things that are extracted from the land, because they're all part to tell the story of land use here in Pennsylvania and what's vital to this area and this industries here. This visitor center is actually an addition to our original one. The original one was built early 70s. It was a wood structured building, kind of reminiscent of a CCC, Civilian Conservation Corps barracks or administrative building from the 1930s. Real woodsy looking feel to it. That's the back of the building, that's still there. This all, the front here is all new. This construction is all modern addition to it. Completely geothermal heat and all the other amenities to make it an efficient green building for the environment, for the PHMC and for the community. Basically what we're going to have in the new building, several key things. We're going to have a very large exhibit area that we mentioned a little earlier. It tells about land use in Pennsylvania from prehistoric Native American times to the present. That's going to be the key thing with the main exhibit. But we're also going to have a new gift shop, a commercial grade kitchen where we can rent out to visitors and touring groups coming through, bus groups, car clubs, that kind of thing. Also going to have a community room, which is something we've never had before, where we can put on programs, invite different groups to come in and share that space. We're really happy about that because we're going to hopefully have Wi-Fi and fully equipped with computers and a screen and all kinds of stuff for PowerPoints. And hopefully we can have our own programs as well as community events here. And final thing that we didn't have before is a changing exhibition gallery. You know, our exhibits before were kind of stagnant because we didn't have the ability to change things out. They were static, so to speak. But this area here will give us a chance to maybe once or twice a year change out our exhibits on a small scale and highlight different things from the community and get more people involved. The lumber museum structure you see here, it took about 10-12 years to get this project together actually. It was in the works for a long time. Funding got approved, but it was never actually, it was set aside, but it was never actually earmarked so it could be accessed. And once it finally was, there's been a long, long process of getting this designed and done. The building itself here is kind of the timber framing and so forth, just kind of reminiscent of a lot of the new style buildings that are being put up in this area for state parks and DCNR projects and so forth. We're real happy with it. We tried to use as much Pennsylvania material as possible. When you get to the inside of the building, you'll see a lot of that. In fact, our ticket counter, when you walk in, has a slab of wood. It's probably about this thick. It was cut here at bark peelers from some native trees and processed. It was air dried for about 3 years and then brought in here. It was fine sanded, put together. So it's native wood right in the countertop. All the baseboards, the wainscot in one of the rooms, all the trim pieces, all done locally right here at our shop. We cut all that wood right here and saved money and time and had a nice local feel for the buildings and everything. Probably about a mile's worth of wood if you add it all up to linear feet. Probably about a mile's worth of stuff here. All hand done and all local. We're very proud of that fact.
We're now in the upper story of the sawmill. From here we have a log holding pond out there where the logs are held until they're ready to saw. At that point, there's a person hooks onto the log and they're winched up onto the platform. On the platform, they're rolled onto the carriage. Once you're on the carriage, they're locked in place. The carriage runs back and forth and runs through the big saw blade, which cuts them and makes the boards out of them. The boards then proceed down the line and are shifted over to the left-hand side. There's a machine back there, which is a sizing machine which cuts the boards to width. From there, when they come out of the back of that, they get put back over on this side, and there was a cutoff saw which cuts the boards to length. Everything here is driven by the pulleys that are downstairs off of the steam engine boiler. The logs were put in the water for a couple of reasons. Number one, the water actually softened the log a little bit, made it easier to cut, and it actually kept them from splitting and cracking.
My name is Bill Simcox from the Lock Haven area. I'm president of the Pennsylvania Professional Lumberjack Organization. We travel the state of Pennsylvania competing in lumberjack competitions, doing lumberjack demonstrations. We've probably have 10 shows throughout the state of Pennsylvania. We do cumulative points. At the end of each year, we award an overall lumberjack and an overall lumberjill title. We award points for the first 5 places, and then at the end of the year, we crown a champion.
This is all an amateur competition. There's no professionals allowed in it. We have a rule where if you win the contest 3 times in a row, you cannot compete the following year. The crosscut saw competition is a 2-man competition. It is a time event. They basically use an 8-inch aspen log and they cut through it, and it's timed. Whoever cuts through it the fastest is the winner of that event.
3, 2, 1, go!
grease pole sets about 5 feet off the ground with a pile of sawdust under it. The pole is about 14 foot long, it's 6 inches in diameter. We use lard to grease the pole, and then 2 contestants come on the pole from either end, straddle the pole, slide out to the middle, and they use a pillow to try to knock their opponent off the pole. The first one to knock the opponent off is declared the winner, and it's a competition which continues till everyone is eliminated except the last person.
3, 2, 1, swing. Ready? Contestants, this is your start. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, whatever you have to do. Got 30 seconds. Are you sure no headshot allowed?
He would be destroyed with him right now.
Gentlemen, you break
I'm Zachary Snook. I've done this, I think, about 3 years so far. It's a lot of fun, but it's a heck of a mess and really hard to clean up. Yeah. Yeah, 4th place. Oh well.
I'm Corey Snook. I'm his brother, and I beat him out for 3rd place, and I went up against him for like, I don't know, probably 10 minutes or so. Just wore me out too much, and I had to stop, but it was a good time anyways, fun.
I'm Ben Barner from Richfield, PA. Just enjoy doing it, and glad my brother won.
I'm Joe Barner, Liverpool, Pennsylvania. This is like my 3rd year doing it, I think. First time ever got 1st place, so feels pretty good.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a double elimination by luck of the draw. The burling contest is a 16-foot pine log, and the contestants are eliminated twice. The random draw, we went through 7 rounds this year, and basically burling is done with sneakers and bare feet only. The contestant must remain on his or her side of the log, and the last person on the log determines the winner. Judges' decisions are official and final.
Cheer 'em on, folks.
Albert. Go Robert! Good. Turn.
Good. Come on, good. You're on, folks. Cheer them on, ladies. Number 3, Mike Mayo. Second place is Corey Snook, number 11.
I'm Mike Maero, and I'm here from Coudersport, Pennsylvania. Don't live in the area anymore, but it's always an event to come back and do some log barreling. I've been doing it for about 10 years. We originally started just a group of friends coming up to the pond, and on the weekend we would go ahead and put the log in the water and just hang out on the side and do some log barreling just to practice. Haven't done it since 2010 though, and the best I've ever done was second place. Lucky to get first place this year.